Alright, boys and girls, so I have hooked up the regulator last night after I destroyed my tank, and I have a couple of problems that I've noticed already. So you can see, I have a flashlight down here. You can see I've got everything hooked up. Everything went according to plan for that. I have a short line running to the inline. Now, put this flashlight back on. What I noticed, thank you, what I noticed when I opened the door a few minutes ago is that I had water leaking from, actually don't know where it was exactly, somewhere in this general area. I had water drops that had leaked onto a plug that I had here. When I installed this last night, actually it's coming from right here, so this could be just because of me. There we go. What I noticed last night is that these are not easy to get up onto the hose, both of them. As you can see, it's pretty loose right here, and I don't know if it's just because I don't have enough hand and arm strength to get it down, but the good thing is that the seal is pretty good. So even without this clamping down any further, I'm 95% certain that's not going to cause any issues. Another thing to note is that I used a check valve. This particular check valve that I have right here is from GLA. I like the design of it, but it's not working because, as you can see, if you can see, I have water all the way up to there. So these are important things that you want to definitely have the right tools for. I don't want water leaking all the way back into my CO2 line, so I'll have to make some adjustments to that. So that's my first impression after it's been on for quite some time. Well, it's not on, but it's been connected since last night, and it's about 8 in the morning right now. So I'm going to have to, of course, turn off the filter and make some adjustments and see if I can get that water leak situation resolved. And I have another check valve. I'm going to switch this out and see if the other one works any better. So, all right, see you soon. Okay, so it's been almost 2 weeks since I installed everything, and I'm going to piece together the two videos. So the first time I had a water leak, it was dripping from somewhere over here. That was definitely a user installation error. I took it off when I saw the leak, and I tightened everything up. I think it was probably when I opened this to show what was inside, that when I put it back together, I didn't tighten it tight enough. So, and according to the directions, you should place the diffuser as close to the canister as possible, so the water will have, or so the CO2 has more contact with the water before it enters the tank. So did that. That's normal. I also indicated that my my check valve wasn't working, so I did switch it out for another of the same product that I had before, and this one is also not working properly. So I'm going to place an order through Co2Art, excuse me, and I'm going to, actually I don't know if they sell them. First I'm going to look at the website and see if they sell them, which I'm sure they do, and I'm going to order one of theirs. So there may be a future video that includes that and what it looks like and everything. So everything's running pretty normal. One of the features that I love is the LED light indicator, so you know when the unit is on. So that's attached, or that's part of the solenoid. So you never really have any questions whether or not your solenoid is on and working. So if you do have any problems, then you'll have to look elsewhere to resolve them. One of the things that I find that's common, and I know a lot of other people find the same problem, is your bubble counter loses water. So when I had it filled up, it's only been 2 weeks, it was filled up to right about there, and now I'm all the way down here, so I can't actually see the bubbles coming out now. The good thing is that I had already adjusted it fine-tuned it. It's not quite where I want it to be. I still have green on my indicator. My CO2 comes on an hour before the lights do, so I'll have to diddle with that and see, maybe it's just the placement of where I have that indicator at, that it's not getting as much CO2, because I do have a lot of movement across the top area of the tank. So at any rate, one of the reasons why this always runs out of water so quickly is because if you have it set at a high bubble count, then as soon as it comes on in the morning, all the bubbles will rush through here and it pushes the water out. And so then once the water is up in here, of course, the pressure of the gas behind it is going to push it all the way. So I'm really in love with this piece of beautiful equipment here. I know you will be too. And again, this unit altogether, this is the Pro Elite dual stage from Co2Art. You will not be disappointed. It's roughly $250 US. They do ship from Germany, but we also have my good friend Kevin Kelly, who has just opened recently a storefront, and he is carrying a few of the Co2Art products. So you can check out his website, which is Brooklyn Hardscape. I believe it's brooklynhardscape.com. It could be Brooklyn Hardscape Aquascape. I'm not sure. But you can find him on Facebook. And I'll put a link at the bottom of this, and I'll include a link to his website as well as a link to the Co2Art website. So I'll give you another update. But just before I go, so we can actually talk about this and I don't have to do another video for it. The CO2 indicating here, hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. CO2 indicator. So not a lot of people will tell you that this is the best way to do to check for your CO2 levels, because it's not as accurate as actually doing it yourself. And doing it yourself is measuring your pH levels before your CO2 starts to run, and then after it's been running for an hour to 2 hours, that gives you the best and most accurate reading for your CO2 amount in the water. However, we do have this, and as if you remember, this is also from Co2Art and what they sent. So it has the solution in here that's included. You get just a brief 1, 2, 3 of the colors that it tells you. If I can get close enough. No, it's not working so hot, but anyway, there's a much better one here on the bottom. So it tells you your pH levels based on the color of your solution. And it has emoji faces, happy and sad. So it's kind of hard to not know as long as you keep that little piece there. Or at least that piece of the box. But definitely you will not be disappointed. Everything is running as it should. No problems with the gauges. I'm super, super happy about this, and you will be too. And look, because I did this video, I had to redo my entire tank because it looked so bad. Let's see if you can see the bubbles. Yeah, you can kind of see the mist. So it does come out. I have it coming out of this Eheim right here, and you can see that it is a fine mist of bubbles that's coming through. I kind of have my water movement going around in a circle to promote the spreading of the bubbles before they reach the top. But as you can see here, there's still a lot of bubbles reaching the top. So that's a work in progress. But all right, well, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and if you celebrated, of course, and ate lots of good foods. That's what I'm going to be doing, but by the time this video posts, I probably will have already gained 10 pounds from all the turkey. See you guys.